Well, hi, folks. It's a rainy day here at Alaska Live Steamers and Alaska Central Railroad. But we're going to take a look at some of our other train items that we have here, and we have a full-size caboose. This is the 1074. It is an Alaska Railroad caboose built by Pacific Car and Foundry in March of 1948, and it was placed in service in 1949. And in the mid 1970s, a lot of these cabooses were sent back to Pacific Car and Foundry, and they were rebuilt into this configuration. And if you look real close, you can actually see where some of the windows used to be. Those creases in the side, they're actually old wells. So what we have here, it's a blue and gold version that was used on a few cabooses in the 60s and early 70s. And not very many were painted in this scheme. And we chose to paint 1074 in this. 1074 was retired in the early 2000s, and our current club president, John Whitney, put a bid and won the bid for this caboose from the Alaska Railroad, I think for around $6,500. And the caboose was brought out to the Pittman gravel pit. It was just north of Wasilla, and then it was transported to the FAA grounds where the Alaska Life Steamers used to be, what we call the old place. And the caboose was there for a few years, and then after Alaska Life Steamers and the Alaska Central Railroad was moved to 1300 South Island Street. This was moved here, and it's been here ever since, about 13 years. So we're going to go take a look on the inside here. This is quite the project. The person that's heading up this project is our club secretary as well as conductor, Dennis Oakland. And Dennis is here working on it today, so we're going to go inside and take a look, and he's going to explain what's going on here. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, everybody.
How are we doing today?
Good.
So, can you tell us a little bit about this project you got going on?
Well, it's been here for several years, and it had a little bit of work done on it. And when I came aboard, they asked me to take charge of it, and so I did. And started out by having to remove the entire floor. It was all completely glued down, and so I had to break it up in little pieces and cut it up into. Well, I had a heart attack while I was doing it, and ended up getting a stent. But I recovered and got the floor done, and got the chimney in place for this, and we replaced some windows. We're grateful to the glass doctor of Wasilla who donated a couple $1,000s worth of cut glass to replace the glass in this thing.
Awesome.
Up here, been completely redone into like a lounge setting. A couple of bunk beds, be a counter with a microwave, refrigerator, TV. Come out here and spend the night if you need to stay the night. For our workers, of course. But it's all vinyl covered and repainted, touched up, remounted stuff. Got a ways to go, but we tried to keep the rest of it as original as possible. And this section here will be like a volunteer lounge. So if you get tired during the day, need a nap, come in here, lay down. Other than that, it's just a long process with little details now for the rest of it.
Awesome. So this is a club caboose.
A club caboose, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Too bad we couldn't have a bar, but we can't have a bar here. So
We can have a soda bar.
we can have a soda bar, yeah.
There you go.
Yep, we'll have a Keurig and like I say, a microwave, so you'll be able to come out and bring a frozen Stouffer's dinner out and spend the night. I plan on bringing my grandkids out to spend the night one of these times once it's habitable.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, this definitely looks really good in here. I gotta say, I haven't been in this particular caboose, so this is pretty awesome to come in here and see all the work that's been done to it. And this is, for folks that don't know, this is the cupola. Since I'm holding the camera here. I'm not going to climb up, but you can see that the conductor or rear brakeman would ride in the cupola, and the seats are sitting in opposite positions, since there's no real direction the caboose would go in. Oh, look at that.
They go both ways.
Awesome. Some of the older cabooses that I've been in that's still in service on the Alaska Railroad, they don't do that. So that's pretty cool to see that they do that. And there's the number 1074. The radio, there used to be a radio right here. And then this is the emergency brake lever. So if there was a problem, they could plug the train. And that's the A end, and this is the B end, and you can see that's where the brake wheel is and all that. So, and here's where the electrical box used to be.
It still sort of is.
Sort of is,
Yeah.
yeah. That's for the gyro lights, when they had the gyro lights, the red gyro lights on the end. And here is the operating instructions. That's pretty cool. That's probably been there since the 1970s, since this caboose was rebuilt, I'd imagine. This is where they kept torpedoes. No, we don't sink land ships. A torpedo is a signal device. Believe it had a chemical similar to gunpowder, essentially. And when a brakeman or a flagman needed to keep a train a certain distance from standing equipment or whatever reason or another, they would put torpedoes down. They put 2 or 3 or however many that they needed to warn the opposing train that there was standing equipment or obstructions or what have you. So you could put down 2, and that meant a certain signal. Put 3 or more down, that also meant another signal. And they are loud. I have seen torpedoes in action, but they are pretty old device that really aren't used anymore. And then we'll come out this way, and this is a pretty cool car. There's not very many cabooses left, especially as intact as this. There's still 3 in service on the Alaska Railroad. One is a 1069, another Pacific Car and Foundry caboose. And that one has been in service since 1949, so do the math, and still in service. Well, Dennis, this is looking really good.
Yep, it's coming along.
When do you think you'll have the project done?
Oh, it's a long-term project. We've got an entire bathroom to build here, and we got to get a RV toilet and sink and put in there, and get the plumbing done for drainage and that. But I got the lettering on the outside this year. Took me last year. I got the outside painted blue, and then I got the yellow lettering on this year, and then we got some more yellow lettering to do. Got the number and the built date and stuff like that, but gross weight, I guess. But yeah, it's got a ways to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any folks that are in the area, they can come down and maybe become members and help you out if they want to be a part of that.
Brian, our new guy, he's offered to help anywhere he can, and I'm sure I'll be employing him pretty soon.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for speaking to me there, Dennis, and talking to our audience about this full-size train that we got here.
You bet.
All right, folks, we're going to make our way down here. So if you want to see this caboose, we're located at 1300 S Island Street here in Wasilla. So come on down and come take a look. Thanks for watching, folks. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos on the Alaska Central Railroad and Alaska Live Steamers. Have a great weekend, folks.